I think I just like sad, depressing stories. And the longer you play through Birth by Sleep, like each character, you're just like, I hate this. Let me keep going.
You know what other one was good? The one with the card system on the Game Boy Advance.
Shut your mouth.
Dude, that one was...
Man, that set up everything for Kingdom Hearts 2.
It was really so integral.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you need to know kind of what happened so you understand. And it's like, please stop with the spinoffs. This is my letter to every game developer out there. Make the spinoff a true spinoff. Don't make it tie into the franchise and be an essential part of the story, please.
Yeah, I would agree. And if you do that, at least try to keep it on the platform that people are currently playing the main game to. Because, you know, that creates a... I don't think it's a good business decision. But
it's just Square's strategy, right? We release some of it on this platform, some of it over here, and then we question why it didn't sell very well.
Yeah, I know a lot of fans that stand by Chain of Melodies or whatever that one was called in the GBA. Memories. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They have rhythm games too.
I actually enjoyed that game. It was fun.
The GBA version is great. It's very fun. The 3D version they did on PS2 is not great because you're fighting yourself the whole time. You're going, this is a 3D Kingdom Hearts. I should be able to just hit the things. And then it's like, no, you still have cards and the rooms are big and boring and empty. And I'll end that rant there. Like that Square makes some questionable decisions. That's where I'll leave it.
Hey man, but Kingdom Hearts 4, it's going to be great. I
hope.
My big wish, and it's not going to happen, but it's just like, you know, if I played this game when the first one originally came out, I'm sure I would have a larger affinity for all the Disney animated characters that are in it. But I played it when I was much older, like I was 26, 27, and I cared more about the Final Fantasy characters, which become less and less of a thing as the series progressed. But Disney's IPs are much different than it was when that game came out. So if you give me an It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia world where I could team up with Charlie Day, right?
Just want Danny DeVito to show up.
Yeah.
Cat food to feed him, to power
him
up.
Milk steak Keyblade or something like that.
Danny DeVito comes out of the couch as a summon.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be pure.
And I started blasting.
Yeah.
Again, they're not going to do that, but if they did,
there's strong indications that they'll pull like Star Wars into this one. There's a lot of people who watch.
God, please no, fuck.
It's gonna happen. Yeah, I understand because if it's modern Star Wars,
we're gonna have a lightsaber Keyblade. Are you kidding me?
I mean, they already did Tron, and the Tron integration.
Well,
was
I mean,
great.
that is fair.
Tron was fine. Yeah,
but I don't know if I want all of the Disney live action stuff to be pulled in.
Deadpool, Wolverine.
Oh my god,
that would actually kind of be sick, though.
Like, yeah, I'd be down for like some kind of Marvel. Like, they already did Big Hero 6, so they've opened that door.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't mean to turn this into the Kingdom Hearts speculation podcast.
What other topics we got?
We killed 20 minutes there just bashing Kingdom Hearts 3.
So, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard of that before.
Doesn't exist. You don't. Yeah. Okay. I think the only thing we were going to talk about was there were the one Switch 2 item related to the MIG cartridges, not bricking systems. But there's two things I think I'm going to sneeze.
So big switches. Don't use that with the Switch 2. If you have one, you naughty boys.
They warned you. They warned everybody.
They did. They said, hey, don't do this. And if you do, we have the ability to take action. So for those that don't know, right, the MIG cartridge was a very popular device for the Switch 1 that allowed people to dump ROMs onto a Switch-like cartridge, and then they could play emulated games, right? Is that a fair summary?
Yes. That's exactly what it is.
Dumped games. Legally dumped ROMs.
Yep.
Which
only legal.
Only legally.
Yeah, which I that's the only reason people would use that for a new console, right? Is to dump because those games are hard to get now. You can't.
I mean, yeah. It's a struggle carrying around like 4 cartridges or one SD card inside the console.
Yeah, especially since SD cards nowadays, especially the non-express ones, they're only limited to like 2 terabytes. So a lot of Switch games that are like
you have to have that special like express version of the SD card for the Switch 2. You can't just use a micro SD card off the shelf anymore.
It costs like $60. It's crazy.
Yeah. So what happened is, right, for people that put this in their Switch 2 system, they're now banned from playing online.
Some
Right?
people have reported being banned. Not
Well,
everybody.
so I'm sorry. You
No, go ahead.
interrupted
Go ahead.
once. Continue, and then I'll interrupt after.
No, go ahead, because that's all I got. Is I've seen some like modders talk about, hey, I got hit with a ban. I assume this is because of the MIG switch, but I don't know if everybody's being hit with this.
So it is if you use it and you go online.
Okay.
That is what the research. I say research. I watched like 3 videos on it the other day, and it's basically like if you put it in and you're online, you're probably gonna get hit. But if you put it in and you're offline, so far those people are okay.
Interesting.
So don't dump Mario Kart 8 and then try to play it from my Switch 2 MIG switch.
I would make sure Wi-Fi is turned off completely.
Yeah. I personally have no issue with Nintendo doing this for a new console, especially given how effective the MIG cartridge was at emulating Switch games. And
it required like some work though, because like the way it dumps the game, you still have to have like the certificate that is tied to that cart. So if you were to like borrow your friend's game, and I'm not saying you would, but if you did and you copied it and then he was playing online and you were playing online, one of y'all is going to get banned,
okay.
because their servers would go, hey, this certificate is coming up twice and it shouldn't be.
Interesting. Yeah. So I mean, makes sense to try to limit that from a piracy perspective, but it's interesting. I am curious though if it is purely the online thing, because I remember, you guys know who Spawnwave is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He one of the first things he did was test the MIG cartridge on his Switch 2. And I don't know if he was online or not, or if he's reported that he's now banned for one of his systems.
I don't know. I haven't seen his follow-up regarding that. He did report on like the consoles being banned, or the people that reported their systems being hardware banned, because some of that's the thing too. It's a hardware ban. It's not an account ban, because they've wiped it and put a new account on it, and it's like, oh, this Switch cannot go online.